Everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns with another indoor field test shooting video. Today we're looking at the Umarex S&W M&P 9 M2.0, and I have done my field test shooting video for this CO2 blowback BB pistol. So check out the tabletop video. We are going to work on trying this gun out in the field here. So this is the field test. We're going to put 5 rounds through the chronograph, so I'll get that going right now. And then once that's done, to see what the average FPS is, then we're going to shoot 10 rounds on a paper target, 30 feet downrange. This is what we always do. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to put this video up on Vimeo, and let's get started. Okay, so we'll see what this will shoot. I'm going to expect somewhere in the mid 300s. So anything over that will be fantastic. All right, first shot. 311. Sometimes the first one out's a little off. 322. 339, they're getting faster. 364. Sometimes the CO2 just kind of needs to break in a little bit. First time you shoot a gun, things need to open up a bit. 362. I'm going to shoot a few more. 357. I'll average out the last ones that got into the 350s here. 360. We'll do one more. 356, one more, just because I want to have a good 5 shots there that were up in the 350s. I'm not sure how many I have so far. Okay, so we got them all up there. I had to shoot more than 5, but as I was showing you, kind of just took a few shots just to kind of open up. You know, brand new gun, maybe there's, who knows what's going on with these CO2 gun seals and all that and valves. Just need a little tiny bit of break in. That's kind of, I've seen that before with pistols, so not totally unexpected. All right, so we're going to set up a paper target now. I'll average that out for you guys, so I'll have an average up on the screen. And we're going to see what kind of accuracy we get. Hopefully we can get a decent, couple-inch group with this gun, and we'll go from there. All right, so let's do that. Got my target all set up. We're ready to go. Let's fire 10 rounds into it. Oh, got a BB falling on the floor there. It's okay. Nothing from this gun. We still have 10 rounds in it. All right, so let's see what happens here. We'll try and get a nice little grouping here for you while that BB rolls away. Okay, it looks like I might have had 11 rounds, but we'll find out. I thought I loaded 10. Reasonable grouping. It's pretty close to 2 inches. I mean, that one maybe just went out a hair, but we'll call it a 2-inch grouping. Sometimes, I pull a shot or two, so definitely some human error involved. Vertically up and down, right where you want it to be, was shooting a little bit to the left, so I'd have to kind of set my aim point up just slightly over to the right. I don't believe these sights are adjustable in any way. They do look good, white dot front and back. The trigger is actually better than I expected. Like a lot of times with these guns, when you pull on that first part of the trigger, it's sort of pushing the BB into the breech. There can be a little bit of friction. I've noticed that with some of these guns, but I found that there's very little friction in the first part of that trigger pull. It just felt like you're just kind of pulling almost nothing at the beginning. And then it got a little heavier. So the release portion of the trigger definitely had a much firmer trigger pull. I'm going to say over a pound for sure. Maybe close to 2 pounds. Definitely you could feel it went from nothing to boom. Here you go. It's time to end. But you do know where the release point is. There's very little creep once you get to that sort of a catchy part of the trigger where it's releasing it. You just got to kind of get used to the feel. It is firm, but definitely usable. I would say this trigger is probably going to be pretty quick for action shooting, because with action shooting, you're pulling your finger back pretty quickly with a lot of intention. So when you do get to that catchy spot, you're just going to rip through it. And because it's easy at the beginning, you're going to be able to work this trigger fairly quickly and for action shooting. So not too bad at all. So yeah, we got somewhere in the 360s, I guess, 350s to 360 FPS. Reasonable Decent grouping on the target, gun operated just perfectly fine, has a nice blowback action, snappy blowback action, a nice trigger, actually decent trigger for kind of like a double single action trigger that it is. Really like it actually, I like the look. You know, you're getting a little, probably going to get a lot more shots per CO2 out of this guy compared to a full blowback, you know, full blowback CO2 BB gun where this is more like a 3/4, more efficient for sure. All right, so we do have, again, this in our Canada store over at replicairguns.ca and, of course, our US store over at replicairguns.us. I'll put links in the description. Also, check out my tabletop video that I've already done for specifications, some more close-up video of this gun. I show you, you know, nice and close and show the details and talk pros and cons. So check that video out as well. I'll put a link in the description. And, of course, make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Check us out on our channel, our Vimeo channel, which you're probably watching right now, as well as our Facebook, Twitter, and our Instagram accounts. All right, if you're interested in other products, air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, blank guns, pellet guns, and other accessories, then again, check out those Canadian and US stores over online in our Replica Airgun stores online. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, take care.